Chase the bag, lose a man. Let's talk about it. Right? It's a real simple idea, right? That's unfortunately not simple at all. It gets down to the nuance. It gets down to and connects that talk about why men are insecure, why men intimidated by your success. The fact is, you know, there are a subset of men that are not going to be able to do as well as you. That's fair. That's fair. I don't want this to be a video where we don't acknowledge that some women out there are absolutely killing it. They're blowing some men out of the water by any type of metric we use today to measure success in society. That's fair. Let's just say that, right? We like to be fair, try to call things down the middle on this channel. The problem that happens is you start occupying that male masculinity role to get that success. It's kind of intrinsic, it's kind of hand in hand. You want to be the boss babe and more power to you, but it has a cost. Everything has a cost. There's a choice, there's a trade off for it. You wanted to do X, you're going to do Y. It's modus tollens, if P then Q. Save the cheerleader, save the world, right? If anyone watched Heroes back in the day. So when you chase that success and you do it and you kill it, you take on more masculine roles because that's usually the purview of how society runs. It's masculinity that puts you ahead. It's masculinity that competes in that framework of the job market, in the corporate world. You go head to head and you compete. Competition in that sort of design, in that sort of manner, is how men sort of occupy. So if you are going to do well in that, you see that seeps into you, that becomes who you are. You don't turn it off, right? You don't turn it off. That becomes the issue. When you go home and you're with your man or you're out dating, and those same traits that saw you the day, that won you the promotion, that let you beat out the next guy, you bring forward. You have a low tolerance to nonsense. You are high drive, high strung. You like to take on challenges. You like to be the bulwark. You like to be out front. These are all things that men naturally enjoy doing. And the truth of the matter, right? Because we're trying to be truthful again, is that there's a big separation between men and women. Men are good at certain things, women are good at certain things. There's overlap, but not complete synergy. Men are good at in the physical sort of realm. They're good at lasting, enduring in those hellish, ghoulish sort of conditions. Women are also good at that. Think childbirth. Think what that's like. They're also good at that. However, those areas don't really overlap. A man will go out and work the 12, 14 hours and then do it again and again and again and again and again and look and call that normal and call that a life. 20, 30 years of that. And he's just like, of course, this is natural. This is what's supposed to be done. Women, not so much. That's why men occupy some of these grueling sort of positions. Think Philadelphia right now and the trash, right? But it's not to say that women can't do it. It's to say when you do it and you excel in it, you you take on male traits. So you secure the bag, you get the money, but now the men that you want, that's a caveat. That's a caveat because your DMs will always be full of the guys saying grand rising. It'll always be full of the guys looking talking themselves in your DM. You'll always have that, but that's not what you want. That's never been what you want. If that is, you pick it off the tree, no problem. We're talking real. If you want to be with someone, if you actually want to have that family, to have it all with the person you admire, you desire, he more than likely doesn't want someone that's masculine. That's not to say he doesn't want someone that is successful. No, no. Then this is where the we start conflating the issues. You think and you start leading with your accomplishments, your accolades, and you think that that's what is putting up. That's the thing that men are being put off by. Even men that maybe not as well off as you or as successful as you are, or even the men that are on that level, ubiquitously, most of them are kind of turned off by that aggressive nature. The male in you, the male in your womanly physique, in your womanly countenance. Men, that kind of is just a put off. We don't want to. We like hanging out with our guys, but when we think about a woman, we think about more softness, caring, nurturing. This is a biological thing that's driven. It's not a dig against you. It's just, if you have those same personality traits, yeah, the exterior may look feminine, and I may enjoy that for this amount of time, but when it comes down to anything more serious, I can't do this with you. And to our detriment and to your detriment, we don't tell you that up front. We just say the packaging is nice. So we'll enjoy that until we say, all right, it's time to go. And I'm hopping out the window, I'm blowing the parachute, and I'm gone. Because I don't want to sit there and argue with you, because I don't want to keep banging heads with you, because you're masculine, because you want things done your way. You don't want to do things my way. I want to do this, you don't want to do this. Or here's how you get your point across, just like a man. That doesn't work. But you can get the bag, right? That's never a problem. You can secure that all day long. And again, if you make that choice, that seems to be the trade-off today. It doesn't have to be, though. It doesn't have to be. I don't know. I don't have the skills or abilities or the training to retain, femininity. It's not my bag. But I don't think it's impossible if we pay more attention to the ones on social media, the ones on the podcast, women on podcasts talking in their 40s and their 50s, talking about they know their worth, they know their value, and they start leading with their success. When you begin sounding like them, know that's the outcomes you're looking to get. So if you want to have it both ways, you have to retain your femininity. You have to be cognizant of when you cross through that threshold of your house, when you leave work, you leave that there. And I know it sounds simple, but that's really the only thing that I can think of if you want to occupy both lanes. And the way we're going today in modern society, that seems like it's a very real thing. Again, let me know your thoughts, guys. If you had experience with this, you dealing with someone that's masculine, see how let me know how that worked out for you. What things did you try to do? What things did you just observe? Or if you really like the rest of us, you just kind of avoid it altogether. I'll see you guys in the comments. I'm looking forward to hearing your stories.